How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. Super chugger time in the form of Harpoon Brewing. It's their Rec League. This is they call it a cool down companion hoppy hazy light, 3.8% alcohol by volume. You know me, I love my low ABV chuggers. 120 calories, and I can't remember. Actually, I was just about to say I can't remember the last time I had a Harpoon beer. The last one I had was the Duncan Porter, which I actually liked pretty much. It was pretty good stuff. This is a little bit old. It's 3 months, a little bit under 3 months, but 3 months a little hazy. Should be all right. We'll see what's what. Yeah, kind of kicking myself in the ass for never going to Harpoon. I literally stayed in a hotel right next to the brewery. Just never actually got a chance to actually go in there. It is what it is. What do we have there? I mean, that looks like a new school hazy to me. Just over a pinky finger. Kind of rocky edges with a little bit of tight compact bubbles. With a bit of stragglers floating throughout. But I mean, look at that. It's just rich kind of orangina kind of coloration going on. And label-wise, I actually really dig this label. Very kind of old school, very 70s kind of athletic style. Reminds me of that, what was that shitty Semi-Pro, I think it was that shitty basketball movie that Will Ferrell made. It kind of reminds me of that kind of vibe going on. But yeah, I mean, she looks like a nice little hazy. She looks a little bit bigger than what you typically expect from, a sub 4% beer. So she's off to a good start. See if we get a nose on her. That smells nice, man. Soft orange vibes. Definitely a pithy bitterness to it. But there's a nice sweetness to it, too. Yeah, nice sweetness. Very orange leaning with a nice little soft grapefruit, but it's equal parts kind of fleshy and pithiness, a little bit of kind of zestiness going on. But it's got a nice sweetness to it too. I think this is going to be pretty impactful for its lower ABV. It smells like a juicy little hazy. Exactly what I want it to be, but it smells like a lot of those 5% eking towards 6% chuggable beers get to kind of haze-wise, but this one's at 3.8, so let's dive in. Cheers. Comes off a little less sweet than what the nose would lead you to believe and what I kind of wish it went to. Not that I want an overly sweet beer, especially at a lower ABV. I just want something with a touch more sweetness because there is a nice drying soft bitterness that kind of begs for just a touch of sweetness to kind of balance that off. So definitely orange leaning all the way. And that pithiness kind of trumps that sweet juiciness. There's a soft little kind of biscuity maltiness to it too. I kind of dig that. That being said, I really kind of dig it. I mean, it's overt dryness aside. Listen, you're talking about a lower ABV beer. You're not expecting anything sweet, so it doesn't really kind of bother me all that much because it does have impact, just a little bit more on that drier side than I'd like it to be. But overall, for 3.8%, it's pretty impactful. It reminds me of a lot of those 5%, eking towards 6% kind of hazies, but in a much smaller package, which is kind of my favorite thing. So this beer actually is pretty good. So you're talking about 3 months old, too. So, 3 months old, that is kind of blasphemy for a lot of the haze boys and haze bros out there. But I like this. I think it's well made. I think it's tasty. It's a little bit out of balance on the dryness, kind of, I wouldn't say bittering, but more dryness side. But I kind of dig that because it makes me want to go back for more a little bit. So yeah, not too shabby of a beer. Kind of one of the better lower ABV. This might make it on my low ABV chugger list. Maybe not though. Not because it's not a tasty beer, but there's been a lot of really good low ABV beer this year, so got to keep it to 10. But anyway, I like this. I think it's fun. I got this out of a mix of 6 at a Wegmans, so it's something that can be had. And you're talking about a Harpoon, a beer from a brewery that I usually don't do a lot of reviews from. Not that I just don't see them, I just don't usually pick them up. And this one kind of always kind of caught my eye. And I didn't want to buy it like a whole 6-pack or 12-pack or whatever format it comes in. I saw it in a mix of 6. It was less than 3 months old. I figured give it a whirl, and I'm glad I did. If I knew what I knew now, I would definitely pick up a 12 of this. This is to be a nice kind of tweener beer. If you have a couple beers and you want to keep drinking, drink some of this, or barbecue beer. It works in that realm. Definitely pair really well with something nice and sweet because it has that kind of soft dryness going on with it, and it gives you enough of that kind of juicy orange vibes to really kind of appease the most haziest of haze bros and hop thoughts out there. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better sub 5% beers I've had as of late. It's worthy of being in the conversation, even though it's not towards the top. Now, if we tick that down to sub 4%, then we start talking about a whole different ball game, and it's eking up there quite a bit. Value and availability, again, I got it in a mix of 6, so it can't be that much, and it's Harpoon, so you should be able to find it relatively easily, especially here in the Northeast. and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like new school hazies, you want something in a chuggable package, or you like chuggable packages and you want something hazy. It is that, hill I die on. I talk about all the time that I love low ABV impactful beers, and this one definitely foots the bill. Is the best at best? No, but it's definitely giving me what I want, especially at that sub 4%, which you don't see a lot of. I dig it. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little sub 4%er right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.